acceptance of one another's flaws breeds a deeper connection with us. I have to know that there's going to be some times where I'm going to be the strength in the relationship, and sometimes she's going to be the strength in the relationship. And that all depends on what's going on with us individually. And then collectively, we will have to say, I'm not where I need to be, and I'm going to need to lean in on you right now. Or sometimes it will be vice versa. She will need to lean in on me. So again, I didn't marry a project. I married a person. And so I understand that that person comes with their own set of limitations and challenges, good days and bad days. And so it's all about choosing that person, Sean, every day. This is my biggest challenge that I find with people, is that you've got to choose the person that you're with every day. There are a lot of people, I want to get married. I want to be this. I want to be that. Let me back up for a second. I get
Mhm.
asked this question a lot. Man, what is the secret to marriage? And there isn't a secret. There's two things that I do believe are necessary, though, outside of a relationship with God. And it's going to be this. One, I have to ask my wife, how can I serve you every day? And I do everything in my power to do that. Both people need to figure out, how do I serve you today? Like, what can I do for you that's going to make your day better? That is automatically acknowledging that there's flaws there, right? What can I do?
Mm.
Maybe my wife isn't as strong in the area. Maybe I'm not as strong as in an area. So we attempt to do things for each other, with each other, around each other, that allow us, Sean, to be able to close the gap on those flaws with each other. The second thing is choosing. I'm choosing you, and when I chose you, I chose everything that came with you. So I'm not now attempting to fix those things in you so that I'm comfortable. I'm recognizing that these are a part of who you are, and I love that too, even if I don't share that same struggle. Because what I love about you doesn't it's not encapsulated in this area where you have an imperfection. This if I only love the parts of you that I think are perfect, then I'm not loving all of you in the first place.
Mm.
You you see what I'm saying? I,
Mhm.
I can't pick and choose the parts of you. Well, I'm gonna love this part of you. No, when I said I wanted you, that meant I wanted all of you. So she has to in turn want all of me too. That includes flaws, imperfections, difficulties, socks on the floor, whatever the scenario might be, right? You have to say, I'm choosing the whole person, their whole life, not the parts of it that I like.
Mm, yeah, because we live in a convenient society, right? We just want everything done just the way we like, right? We like it's like I married you, YOU, but people only want to marry the YO. They leave the you out, you
And
know.
then that's exactly right. Why, yo, but you, I'm good with yo, but now it's you. And I think, yeah, man, convenience. When we talk about that again, one of the things that is important and necessary, Sean, for relationships is the ability to fight for what you believe you have. And when people don't take the time to fight for what they believe that they have, they're basically saying, this isn't enough for me to invest in. All investments come with some level of risk. The question becomes, is which risk are you willing to take? And here's the deal. You can move to the next person if you want to, believing that it's going to be better, but they also have inherent risk. And you also have to be vulnerable, and you also have to invest yourself into that relationship as well. It's just the way that it is. The ideal of escaping this causes people to make choices and decisions that just aren't healthy. They're just not healthy.
Mhm, mhm.
They're not. And there's no such thing as convenience in a relationship. We work together, we struggle together, we battle together, and we fight against what comes against us and not each other. So convenience, no. If there's going to be a convenience, we both are going to benefit from that convenience because of the work and effort that we put in to create that convenience.
Hmm. I
That's
love
how
that.
we go.
Yeah, because when one person is winning in a marriage, ultimately both of you you're losing. The marriage is losing. So a lot of times people think like I gotta be right or I have to this kind of thing. It's like we this one flesh thing, we gotta win, opposed to you always having the
We
upper hand.
we we have to win. That's the way that it has to go down, man, for sure. 100%.
Yeah. Why aren't we talking about embracing imperfections to single people enough? I mean, this is a topic. I think this will keep people from getting married, not in a bad way, but to really give them something to think about. Because I think this topic, even though it's kind of nuanced in a way, but why aren't we talking to singles about this enough?
I actually wish a couple of things that singles would do. I
Hmm.
really do. I wish this wholeheartedly. I wish that single people, Sean, would go and talk to people like you, like myself. I think I wish that single people would pause and say, wait a minute, let me find what I'm looking for in somebody else who's displaying it. It's so interesting that single people will talk to other single people who have the same thoughts, ideals, limiting beliefs, limitations, right? That they have to attempt to enter into a relationship, and both of them share the same fears and or unwillingness to embrace, right, these imperfections in other people. So you're talking to the wrong person. But if you go and talk to somebody like myself, I
Hmm.
have 3+ decades into a relationship, right? So that means either I endured something or I know something.
Hmm.
One of the two things. Either I've endured this person or I've actually know something that allowed us to be successful in this relationship. And so why would you not run to that? So one of the big challenges that I find, man, with a lot of people not willing to embrace imperfections too is because now we have all these red pills, blue pills. We have all of these numbering systems. You're a 10, you're a 5, he's a 1, you're really this. And then you get to see a lot of this stuff is inundated on social media where we're listening to people who are, hey, I'm in the top 2%, I'm a 1%, all this other kind of good stuff. So we have all these numbers flying around when really, truthfully, Sean, none of this stuff has anything to do with identity. So what we're doing is we're actually looking for a person, Sean, that does not exist. This person does not exist. So the reason why we won't put up for an imperfection is because we're marrying or willing to embrace falsehoods just because it looks like something that we want, when truthfully behind the veil, when the veil is removed, you will ultimately see. If you get close enough to my face, you will see the imperfections in my face. The closer you get, and the same thing will happen for them, the closer they get to a relationship, they
Hmm.
will then in fact see imperfections in that relationship. Well, oh, well, when I met you, you were like this. But now it's been a little while. Now I'm seeing something else come from you. So what we're not trying to get to know a person in order to deep dive into the relationship and see what their imperfections are. We're not even willing to have conversations at that level. Hey, where do you struggle? Like what are you working on in your life? That's one of the questions I think people who are dating should ask. Hey, what kind of things are you working on in your life right now? What is the thing that you've overcome most recently? Right?
Mm.
You're gonna open the door, Sean, to a plethora of information. How were you raised? Right? What were the things you most valued or were most valued in your home while you were being raised? This is going to tell you a lot about this person and their imperfections, their tendencies, their proclivities, right? Their preferences, all of these things. You're gonna get access to all of those things, Sean. But we don't learn how to talk now. What we've done is we have a list of this is who you are. I need you to make $120,000. You need to be driving this kind of car. You need to have 401k like this. No one wants to build anything with anybody anymore. We want somebody to come ready made. So watch this. We will settle for the look without the love. You look like something. So when we're out, people,
Jesus.
that's a power couple. And there is no power in that couple because